jellyfish lucis. No one knew the exact number of marriages of these two people. Some residents of Kepler-438b believe that the number of people they have married was more than the living beings in the whole galaxy. When I arrived at Kepler-438b, Tafleck was carrying his wife's kitty across the street. People often felt sympathy for him because his wife's kitty was always with him and he had to take care of her. But it seemed that he didn't like Kitty very much and preferred Disky and Digar to all cats. I went to him and said, "Hi bro, do you want me to keep your kitty for you?" He gave me a tired and cold look and said, "No thanks. If my wife finds out, she will beat me." He was right. The big jellyfish lucis picture was in the middle of the biggest square in the city and it looked a little rough. I said, "So let me accompany you," and we went to the park with him. There was a group of people in the park who were exercising on their hands. Hand exercise was the most important and vital competition on this planet, and all those who did not do this exercise died of cancer within 10 days after birth. Then Tafleck handed over his cat to me and went to exercise a little on his hands. The people of Kepler-438b used to remove their pairs of kidneys during exercise so that it would not be damaged. Kidney health was the second most important thing on this planet. The Tafleck cat looked a little old, but she always insisted that she does not use any rejuvenating substances, and she made her wrinkles with the virtual wrinkle maker model Eternity Plus 2 million to be more attractive for the Paggy's fashion show. When the Tafleck exercise was over, he came to me and put his kidneys back in place, and we went to a nearby cafe together and ordered 2 galaxies. Tafleck removed his stomach because the health of his stomach was very important when eating. After that, we talked a little and he removed his mouth because the health of mouth is very important when talking. I showed him some photos of my trip to different galaxies and he put out his eyes. Then I told him a story and he had to remove his ears and he did the same. Ear health was the nth most important thing on this planet. When my friendly conversation with Tafleck was over, there was nothing left. He had no body and only some pieces of organs were left from him. I didn't have a place to sleep that night, so I decided to sell the body parts of that Tafleck so that I can provide a place to sleep and dinner for myself. So I sold them to a nearby smuggler who was sitting at the next table in the cafe. Smuggler is considered the noblest job on Kepler-438b planet. Passing the smuggler's exam is not an easy task. All parents on this planet complain to their children every day for not being smuggler and consider smugglers as saviors and respectable and protectors of human lives. All children on this planet want to be smugglers when they grow up, but it is an impossible dream that not all people deserve to achieve. When I sold the Tafleck organs, I was able to get a room in a local motel, although the smuggler didn't want to buy them from me because he said that his organs were worthless due to smoking a lot of cigar and drinking a lot of whiskey. I spent that night in that motel and met the dish there, a little phosphor green girl with big breasts. That little phosphor green girl was famous for her big breasts and used to wrestle with her breasts. No one could take it. Everyone said that her breasts are denser than the biggest black hole of the biggest galaxy in the biggest galaxy cluster. When you pass by her, you should be careful not to touch her breasts. But unfortunately, I made a very bad mistake. When I was going to drink water, I came across the dish hero's breast by accident, and she invited me to a breast fight. I looked at my own breast and ran away with confidence. I couldn't even spend the night on Kepler-438b and instead traveled to its moon and spent the night in a tent with romantic vampire fireflies. I stared at the moon at night and went crazy. I stood up and danced and jumped up and down while staring at the moon below my feet. They say the moon makes people crazy. It's like the moon drives people crazy everywhere, even on itself. I later heard from interclustral travelers that Didi Deutsch was elected as president of Kepler-438b